Hi everybody, welcome back to Tips for You. Today I have another installment in my dating series tips videos. And today's video is going to help give you tips on finding the right person. It's going to be about who you are, and I have a great way to help you figure that out. So what you're going to do is you're going to write a personal ad. And if you'll go on Match.com very often and look at a profile of someone, you'll see that they talk all about themselves and what they're looking for in another person. Well, you're going to do something like that. However, yours is going to be private. You can be really honest with your personal ad because it's only for you. It's kind of a therapeutic exercise because once you put something into writing, very often you hold yourself to it. It's almost a realization of the things that we really want out of life. Because you can assess it and you can say, am I being truthful with myself? It's a helpful thing sometimes with a lot of planning things that we do in life, putting them down in paper. So let me give you some tips on things to include in your personal ad. Remember, be honest. Some of the things you want to think about are, what are your strengths and weaknesses? What do you like about yourself that you would like someone else to know about you? What are your favorite things to do? What are your favorite things? What's not acceptable to you at all? What is a deal breaker? For example, if faith is really important to you and the person that you're considering dating is of a different faith, sometimes you do want to think long term because sometimes love has a way of sneaking up on you, and where you entered into a relationship as strictly a casual dating type of relationship, once you find yourself in love with a person, there are obstacles now that you have to face together. And you have to be willing to deal with those obstacles. And if faith is a deal breaker for you, that you'd never marry someone of a different faith or have a long-term relationship with someone of a different faith, then you might want to put that on paper, and you want to make sure that you're true to that. This exercise is going to help you decide also if you're ready to start dating. Many people coming out of a situation where it was a very bad breakup or divorce may not be ready to start anew. And once they start thinking about how they feel about letting someone else into their lives, they may realize that they have some unresolved feelings and issues that they want to deal with before they go into a relationship. You also want to decide whether you're looking for a companion, whether you're looking for marriage, are you looking for children, not children. These are all really important things because you want to make sure that the person that you find is on the same page with you. Now, what are some things you want to look for in another person? Write these things down. Height, weight, what the person does for a living. That might be important to you. Do you like somebody who's bubbly? Do you like somebody who's more reserved? Do you like to be the listener or do you like to be the talker? Do you like someone who likes to travel? Do you want someone who's more of a homebody? Put that all down. You want to write down as much information about the other person as you can. You might want to consider things as educational background as well. What the person's goals are. If you want someone to be a career person or not a career person. You may decide what type of a work ethic you want in someone. Do you want someone who's extremely successful? But if you want someone who's extremely successful, there may be a trade-off. You may not be able to have as much attention as you would like. If attention is very important to you, then you may want to decide when you do your personal ad, well, are you willing to accept less attention for more success? More attention for less success? Be honest with yourself. Now, this personal ad should be real, it should be honest, it should be from the heart. Don't hold anything back. You might want to write down some relationships that you've had in the past that didn't work out and you know that just won't work out for you for the future. Put that down. You also might want to consider your relationships with your parents. Very often we carry through life problems or things that occurred when we were children, how we were raised. For example, if you had an overbearing parent, you may feel that you don't want an overbearing mate. You may decide you're looking for a father figure, or that you are looking for someone who reminds you of someone that you lost. So, being specific, as specific as you can, is very helpful. Now, if you start to write down a bunch of things that you're obviously upset about regarding your past or your or your parents or relationships that you've had, well, you have the power to change that. And once you start identifying those things, think about what you can do to put that into the past and focus on the future. Because nothing really sabotages relationships worse than constantly focusing on your shortfalls and things that happened to you that you really feel that you were powerless about. I mean, nobody was raised perfect. Nobody's parents were perfect, and everybody did the best that they could. There are generational differences in the way people raise their children that changes over decades. So while you may not have been as close as you would have liked to have been with your parents, maybe you can be closer with your children, and that's more of a common thing today than it was years ago. Now, once you get into the dating world with your little file of things that you compose, this is going to serve as a great reference for you. You can go back and tweak things that you want to change, because you might find with the experience out there in the dating world that certain things really don't matter to you that you thought did. It'll also help hold you to your thinking. So let's say you meet somebody who's just fabulous and gorgeous, but has some of the things that you really don't like about a person. Well, go back to your list and see, was that a big deal for you? Was that a deal breaker? Or is that something that you might want to consider changing? And if it was a deal breaker, you may want to give this relationship that you're in some considerable thought whether you want to progress any further. Because, eventually the things that you don't like do come to the surface and start bothering the relationship as a whole. So, writing this personal ad is going to be a wonderful exercise for you. Be honest, be truthful to yourself, write down as much as you can about who you are and what you're looking for, and what you're looking for in another person, what that person should be like, and what you would like the person to be like. And then you can move forward, try some dating, and try to see if you can be realistic about your expectations in someone. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you'll subscribe, because I have a lot more to come, including many more dating tips in this series. So you'll want to subscribe if you haven't already. And please visit me at my blogspot, where I do a lot of writing on different helpful topics to help you lead a better quality life. Thanks so much for viewing, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye now.